Hello, everyone, and welcome to Street Fight's new interview series with local digital marketing innovators and speakers for upcoming conferences. Our guest today is actually both of those things: local SEO guide, CEO, and founder, and all-around SEO wizard, Andrew Shotland. So, Andrew, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Yeah,
Nice to
you
be
bet.
virtually here.
Yes, absolutely. So, to kick things off, I'd love to hear about kind of what you're working on these days and kind of spending the most time thinking about. And of course, like the world of SEO is, especially local SEO, is famously dynamic with lots of algorithmic updates from Google and changing user behavior in desktop and mobile. So, what's kind of the current state of affairs and things you're kind of tackling now? And based on that, what's kind of some insights or one big recommendation you can be gleaned for Street Fight audience?
Sure. So right now we're hard at work on the 2017 version of our local SEO ranking factors study. Last year we did a statistical study with the University of California of about 35,000 local businesses and tried to figure out like what causes them to rank well in Google's local results. And so we're updating that. It should be out by the time of the Street Fight show. And what we're seeing so far pretty much confirms the data that we found last year, in that basically getting links from other sites is very important, critical, and in this new study, we're actually also focusing on reviews. And what we're seeing is there's a lot of different review behavior that actually impacts your rankings, specifically when the search is kind of ambiguous. And so we're really trying to kind of tear that data apart and see how that can affect rankings and help our clients. So that's pretty much what we're doing on the research side. And then we just rolled out a tool in the summer called Locatium. That's basically a way to track your Google My Business updates, and we're adding on Google My Business Insights data to that. That'll be out shortly.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty psyched about that.
That's great. And regarding the ranking factors, it's great that you guys are doing that. That's so valuable because Google, of course, itself famously does not reveal its ranking factors. And it's really kind of always been a black box. So really data to kind of glean what those ranking factors are, how they're changing, is incredibly valuable. So we look forward to seeing some of those results at Street Fight Summit. So speaking of Street Fight Summit, you're speaking there. Besides ranking factors, what are you excited to kind of see, hear, or kind of speak about at the show? More on the kind of seeing and hearing front.
Well, what we're really interested in seeing at the show and talking to others at the show is what we see is a migration to local by national brands. Some of the ones that we work with and that we're talking to historically with multi-location retailers in particular. What we've seen is that local has taken kind of a low priority because they all think of them, the digital arms of them tend to think of themselves as e-commerce sites and e-commerce businesses. And so they don't have a strong incentive usually to send traffic to the locations. And often their locations are operated separately from the digital arm. And so there's just like a whole misalignment of incentives. But we're seeing now, because e-commerce is so competitive, competing with Amazon and Google Shopping, et cetera, that big brands and little brands are starting to see that their locations are really their competitive edge when it comes to search. So we're seeing kind of this almost being like dragged, kicking and screaming, to having to focus on local. So we're kind of interested to talk to others and see if they're seeing that trend too, because we're definitely seeing it.
Yeah, and that eventual migration over to the kind of physical retail stores and the kind of online to offline commerce, it seems like it's about time. And it's interesting to hear that one of the drawbacks to that, or one of the reasons that have prevented it, are some of those internal kind of cultural reasons that has treated that kind of local offline kind of division as like a second-class citizen. So my radar will be up for that as well during the show and kind of in the days preceding the show and the people that I talk to. So that's actually all the time we have. We're going to end it there. But thank you, Andrew, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thanks all of you for watching, and stay tuned for more interviews and published material, market coverage, and insights from Street Fight. You can find out more about the Street Fight Summit by following the banners on the Street Fight homepage. So we hope to see you there. So I'm Mike Bolin. Thanks for watching.